Shalom. First off, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushai Bahashim, Rakah Kadash, and also to my elders of GMS who told me this truth. And shalom to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, preaching his gospel, preaching his word, and, risking their lives to do so. Shalom to you brothers. I just want to get into this article, and it says the last penny was pressed by the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia today. Could the nickel and dime be next? And if you're into these scriptures and you read the scriptures and you know about Revelations and the whole motb, you already know that they're going to get rid of the legal tendencies, the tender money, nickels, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, dollars, bills, all kind of, that's all going to be done away with, you know. Why? Because they're getting ready for this new system, the system of this new MOTB, where everything goes digital, digital currency, and it's no. If you're going to go digital, so you're not going to need. It's not going to be used for the, like I said, the legal tendency. You know what I mean? The tendency, the actual the paper money and the petrodollar and and these coins, it's no need for them because they're going to do away with them and usher in this new system. That's all this shit is. And basically, let me read a little bit of the article so get a better understanding. It says, sorry, penny pinchers, the United States ended production of the penny on Wednesday, more than 2 centuries since the 1-cent coin first went into circulation. The move is part of an effort to retire the country's smallest denomination, so if I'm saying the right, Salak, which had cost nearly 4 times its value to produce. The country's final pennies were pressed at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, where they have been produced since 1793, a year after Congress authorized the Coinage Act. That's it on that. So basically, they're saying, well, it takes 4 pennies, whatever, to make 1 penny. 4 times that amount to make 1 penny. So that's why they're doing away with it. No, we already know why they're doing away with this. They're ushering a new system, a new currency system, the new digital system, where they can be able to track how much you spend, track what you buy, track everything, at all times. They want to be able to track everything that you do in your daily life, how much you spend, how much you don't spend, how much money you have and you don't. Like they want to know everything. They want to know everything, everything in your daily life and how you live. How much you spend, how you budget your money, how you, all it. They want to know everything, And the only way to do that is by that digital currency, by the MOTB. This is what they're ushering in. This is what they're getting ready for. And we're very close to it now. We're very, very close, You know what I mean? We in them times, And things are getting more dire now. Everything's moving real fast through the spirit, you know what I mean? Prophecies are being fulfilled. Things are happening, slowly but surely, And we're just on the brink. We're on the brink of this system just collapsing. The economy just collapsing, Don't be, Don't be surprised if they do some type of usher in some type of false. Well, I can't say that. I'm gonna say Black Swan event. Let's say that, and and they just shut down the system like EMP attack, and basically just shut down the system like that. Lights go out, everything goes out, and like the scriptures also say too, pray that your flight not be in the winter. Here it is. It's November. It's cold outside. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, especially a lot of older people, they can't live without their heat. People need heat in their homes. People need to stay warm in the winter. And it's only going to get colder. People need food. People need resources. People need certain things. And if something was to happen, like some type of EMP attack, whatever, in the winter, we're screwed. Like, you know what I mean? Except for the, the men of the Lord. But a lot of these people are gonna be fucked out here. Let's just keep it a big. Let's just keep it 100. They're gonna be fucked up out here. They can use that to collapse the system, collapse the economy, and then the only way you can get everything back is if you take that motb. It's a number of ways they can do it, but that's one of them. Have like I said, problem, reaction, solution. They create a problem, people react to it negatively, and they people want the system to come back up somehow, some way, and then they provide the solution. They say, hey, listen, if you want the system to come back up and how things was running, whatever, we're going into a new system, so we need you to take this motb, and people are gonna accept because they're in the fucked up situation right now. They need to eat. They ain't got no lights. You know what I mean? So many people have died or whatever, been deleted or whatever, or whatever, a lot of atrocities and everything that's happening right now. A lot of things are happening, so they're gonna want things to go right back to normal, and that new normal is going to be that motb, and people are going to accept it, because people are just going to be out here fucking starving. People are going to be out here just killing and robbing and all kind of shit. So they're going to want that to end. But that's when the Lord is, Jesus is going to weed out certain people. You take that shit, you die. It's plain and simple. Now you're coming up against the Heavenly Father now. Now you're doing something that the Lord told you not to do. And this is where the Lord separates from his elect from the 2/3 of our people and the rest of these nations. The Lord just needs a remnant of men that's going to obey and oblige by his word. We're going to stand firm. We're going to stand 10 toes down when everything comes down the pipeline. Lord willing. You know what I mean? And I say Lord willing, because I don't know if I'm the elect or not. I pray that I am. I hope that I am. But let me get a scripture real quick. Let me get Revelations 12:12. This is Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. That's right. They moving fast. They moving quick. You know what I mean? They trying to get shit done. They trying to get everything established. I believe Trump said something to the words of just moving quick, moving fast, like not having much time. Warp speed, like just let's get shit going. And that's what's happening right now. So a lot of things that we would grew up using the currencies and everything like that. That's all going to be taken away. We were so used to, we were comfortable using, like I said, certain currencies and, change, the quarters, dimes, nickels, and, the petrodollar and everything like that. Yeah, that's all going to be done away with. Life, like I always say, life as we know it will be no more. It will be no more. And then we're going to come into a new age. The age of AI and just digital, everything being digital, by an implantation inside the skin, what I mean, within you, they're gonna make you as their slave, your vessel as a slave, you the person as a slave. They want everything under their control. Even you as a person, like I said, as a vessel, You're not gonna have no freedoms. You're not gonna own anything. You know, I forgot who said it. He said, you will own. You will how do you say? You will own nothing and be happy. You will own nothing. You will have nothing. You know. So this is it. This is everything's coming down the pipeline now, and and the system is gonna, is being changed, and it's gonna be changed for the worse. Not for the better, but for the worse. And a lot of people are just gonna give in, because they don't have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They're not grounded with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They don't have no faith. They're not gonna be seeking the Lord. And if they do be seeking the Lord, they're going to be calling on the wrong names. Allah and Jesus and Buddha, whoever. You know what I mean? Most High. That ain't the Lord's name. You calling upon these idol gods, these false gods, and the Most High is not going to hear them. People are going to be messed up out here. In this. Like I always say, man, I'm rejoicing right now. I'm happy. We any day now, any any week, any month, that shit can just go left. It can just go left. And like I said, life as we know it will be no more. We coming. Next year will be the 250,000 year that a kingdom, a nation has been in rulership, and that's usually the time. That's when that's like the the date, or the time stamp when a nation will fall. Just go under, like the times of Rome and everything like that. These nations, then, they didn't go past 250 years. And that's what's, Lord willing, that's going to happen with Babylon. But what Babylon the Great, aka America, but what's going to happen is they're trying to transition into a new system. So when this age is over, that new age starts of digital, like I said, digital currency, everything being tracked, all of your information, all of your personal information, they're going into that new age, you know what I mean? And this is future prophecy right now. This is going to happen. This is going to happen, and these people are not going to be prepared for it, especially our people, But, with that, Lord willing, I just hope this was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.